So you're playing Ogryn, and you think, I want to help my team out a little bit more. You know, I'm already here, I'm smashing punies, helping the runs. What can I do more? Let me give you a couple main ingredients. You need to grab your good jacket. Nothing's good without a good jacket, a little rat tail, a little rat body, and a little frog head thing snack to crunch on later. You're gonna need your shield and your mace. You're gonna need your gun. And of course, you're gonna need your cheetah pants. Look at that ass.
Everything must be leopard print.
And the last thing you need is a beautiful smile. No, not that one. This one. The whole thought behind this build was I just wanted to be more supportive as an Ogryn. I literally just wanted to play support. So that's exactly what I did. Now this build doesn't really go into any keystones or anything, so please forgive me. Please forgive me, Papa. But it's a fun build, honestly. You know, there's a lot of different ways to play classes in Darktide. You have your way, I have my way, and it's the right way. I wanted to make a build that blends heavy attacks with range capabilities. And then just big explosions, you know, clear things out, help people out if someone goes down. Of course, you know, you have other people to help you out, like the Zealot might be able to push people off and take out the little charm and be like, yeah, get back, get back. But it's just nice to have that extra fire support, extra crowd control from big swings and big explosions and some guns and some grenade launchers, whatnot, right? So as far as the weapons go, I use the Aurochs, the Battle Maul, and the Slab Shield. You know, there's countless blessings you can go with it. I found the blessings Brutal Momentum, which gives you plus 15% weak spot damage. And the weak spot kills also ignore enemy hit mass. And Thunderstrike, target receives 4 stacks of plus 10% impact if already staggered, which lasts for 5 seconds. It's nice for crowd control. And then, of course, since it's a shield, I threw block efficiency on it. And then I also got stamina as a perk. Nice little instrument. Knock people's heads around. And for the gun, I went the Gorgonum, twin-linked heavy stubber. I just find it to be, I love that gun. You know, Ogryn doesn't really have a lot of weapons. You can definitely use the grenade launcher, one of my favorite things. The nice thing about the twin-linked heavy stubber is that it's got high ammo capacity, right? Lots of damage. It's a torrent weapon, so there's just a spray of bullets. I got plus 8% damage against groaners and poxwalkers, as well as 25% damage against unarmored enemies, because you're probably not going to be using this too much against like maulers and crushers. And then for the blessings, I went ahead and got Roaring Advance, so that gives you minus 10% movement speed reduction for every 5% of magazine spent during continuous fire. An Inspiring Barrage, plus 4% toughness for every 10% of magazine spent during continuous fire. This build is also really good for just staying in the fight. Gaining toughness, you know, really just kind of being there for your team, knock people around, especially when there's like objectives to do. You can really keep people off, and it partners well with the taunt talent. We'll go into that in a second. But yeah, the Roaring Advance also is just nice to not be pinned down by your own gun. Get a little bit quicker as time goes on, you know, move around a little bit more. You're probably not going to be walking much with it, but it's just nice to have. So as far as the talents go, I really, like I said, I went a lot into like the heavy melee attacks. It does partner well with Loyal Protector. And then I did go Valuable Distraction, so you get plus 25% base damage from all sources. Just kind of helps your team do a little bit more damage. I did go Ammo Stash. Further back up, you can take out Reloaded and Ready. I only had that because I was using the Rumbler at one point, and it does go well with that. But like I said, the Heavy Stubber, just, you can't beat it. And then I went Big Box of Grenades. I know a lot of people are a big fan of like the Rock. I just find that the Big Box of Grenades goes really well with the talent Big Boom, so you get plus 22.5% explosion radius. I did partner it with Bonebreaker's Aura. You get plus 10% heavy melee attack damage for you and allies in coherency. And then, like I said, I just kind of wanted to do like a hybrid build. I didn't bother going down into the keystones. You absolutely could, right? And then it wouldn't really be the same build. But a lot of it comes from, you know, a lot of the power behind this build comes from your ability to take wide, big sweeps at melee enemies, regen your toughness. It works really well against groups of Ragers in particular. And then I also wanted to get stuck in passive, so when you activate your taunt, you and your allies in coherency get 20% movement speed and are also immune to stuns and suppression for 4 seconds. That's just nice, and then it partners well with, partners well, but it also goes into Bruiser, so you get 5% combat ability cooldown reduction when you or an ally kills a elite enemy. So you'll have your taunt up pretty often. I also really like rending when it comes to this build. So I got Dominate as a passive, so plus 10% running for 10 seconds on elite kill. And the passive No Stopping Me also goes well with this build because you become uninterruptible while charging heavy melee attacks. So you really just be able to get in there and just start swinging. Just start swinging left and right. Towering Presence gives you the plus 50% coherency radius. And then I also like to pair it. And then I also like to pair it with the passive Batter, so you inflict Fuss. What is wrong with me tonight? I can't talk. Inflict plus 4 stacks of bleed on heavy melee hit. And you can kind of pair that with Delight and Destruction, so plus 10% damage resistance per bleeding enemy in melee range, and it stacks 6 times. I was just kind of getting bored, so I just wanted to experiment, play around with some of the Ogryn builds, and this actually worked out pretty well. It also, you don't shy away from Crushers. Groups of Crushers, just with the additional stagger, the bleed, and then the ability to keep your health up, you really can deal with big groups of armored enemies, maulers, crushers. You have a lot of CC over them, especially if you can get them kind of clustered together. Bulwarks are also no problem. Where you kind of have an issue with is like if a group of shotgunners comes up behind you. Gunners shouldn't be too bad, especially if you get the Curios with gunner damage reduction. You just kind of put your shield up and walk towards them, smack them in the head. They should be no issue, but like groups of dogs, groups of shotgunners, if they come up and ambush you. Muties also are still kind of annoying, right, because you don't have your rock. But you should be able to hit them 3 or 4 times and kill them, especially with your bleed up. And even monsters are actually pretty manageable with this build. You have your taunt, you have your shield you can put down. It's an all-around, it's just a fun build. It's fun to be able to protect your friends, protect your loved ones, right? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys use it. And let me know if you like it. You can definitely, what I would actually recommend doing is if you don't want to use Reloaded and Ready, you could definitely get rid of Reloaded and Ready and just go Big Lungs so that your Loyal Protector has plus 50% radius. That's actually no issue right there. That's actually not a bad idea. You just heard me do that. But yeah, you could definitely clear out a few other talents too. Like maybe if you don't want the big boom, you want to use the rock. That would be kind of pointless for you. I like the plus 50% coherency radius from Towering Presence, but whatever. But you could definitely get down towards Feel No Pain or even Heavy Hitter if you wanted to. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this build. Alright, thanks for watching and have a wonderful rest of your night. And remember, get out there and get killed. I don't know if anyone's gonna get that. It's a Dawn of War 2 Last Stand reference, but hey. Okay. See ya.